Quarters. Well, I don't know what it is about this league, and I don't know what it is about Angel Reese, and whether she's with the Chicago Sky or the Rose BC.
Angel Reese, once one of the most hyped players in women's basketball, is now facing the harsh reality that she might be her team's biggest issue. From airballs and flops to increasing losses, her unrivaled season is tough to watch. Remember when she was supposed to change the game? Well, it's not going as expected.
Angel Reese might be well known. Angel Reese may be a star on social media, but there's a huge difference between a star and a draw. The truth is, Angel Reese is not a draw.
Angel Reese wasn't just a player, she was a marketing powerhouse. Unrivaled bet big on her, hoping she'd draw in the crowds. But sometimes things don't go as planned.
Talked about this before. We witnessed it firsthand. WNBA season last year. Angel Reese, the rise of the double-double streak. My goodness, it captured the hearts and imagination of thousands of people. Not tens of thousands, thousands of people. And of course, while that double-double streak was reaching its climax, we watched the Chicago Sky go from being in firm WNBA playoff contention to spiraling down what can only be described as the basketball version of a toilet.
Reese is still putting up numbers, scoring, rebounding, doing what made her a star. But something's off, like watching a movie where the lead follows the script, but the story just isn't clicking.
What is it about Angel having real production, putting up points, and her teams always losing? At this point, she is victory repellent.
Angel Reese joined Rose BC in the unrivaled league with sky-high expectations. But reality hit hard. Rose BC keeps losing, again and again. You might be wondering, how? Isn't Angel Reese on the team?
The Rose BC. It's a terrible name. It really is. Well, Angel Reese plays for said team, and I don't know what it is about Angel Reese. When she puts up real productive numbers, her teams lose. Whether it's the Chicago Sky or the Rose BC.
Stats don't tell the full story. You can drop 30 points a game and still not elevate your team. So, is Angel Reese living up to the hype, or is she just putting up empty numbers? Great on paper, but not in the win column.
Last night, kind of an efficient game from Angel Reese. Not the greatest three-point shooter in the world, by the way. And even with all those produced videos she's put out in the lab practicing her long-range shot. And they, for whatever reason, after she poured 19 points on the floor the other day and is an obvious offensive spark plug, and we saw that with the Indiana Fever, Lexi Hall was largely sidelined last night too by the Rose BC. So Angel Reese goes off and they lose.
Think you've got Angel Reese figured out? Think again. Rose BC, her team in the unrivaled league, can't catch a break. They're losing nonstop, even with Reese putting up solid numbers. Case in point, she dropped 17 points and grabbed 7 rebounds last game. Yet, Rose BC still took another L.
See right here, 3 for 5 from the field. My goodness. Goodness gracious. 17 points, 7 boards, right? Lexi Hall, 9 minutes. 9 damn minutes? That's all you could give her? 9 minutes, 7 points last night. So as you can see, they took the big fat L.
You might be wondering, is it really that bad? Well, yeah, it's not looking great. It's almost like the more Reese scores, the worse her team does. Sounds crazy, right? But we've seen this before. Players with big stats but little impact on wins. Think Andrew Drummond or Ben Simmons. Impressive numbers, but not always a difference maker when it counts.
She goes off and she does her best Andre Drummond. Her teams lose, and that's all there is to it.
Here's the twist. Rose BC has dropped 3 of their last 4 games since Unrivaled began. It's not just bad luck. It's starting to feel like a trend. So, is this a coincidence, or is something bigger going on? Reese's stats look solid, but what's happening behind the scenes, at practice, or in the locker room? That's holding Rose BC back.
I mean, honestly, you put her on the court, You keep her out there too long, you're screwed. You're going to lose. You're going to lose a basketball game. Wow, my goodness, the female embodiment of Andre Drummond and Ben Simmons put together with long hair.
Is there something we're missing that explains why Reese's standout performances aren't translating to wins? Thought we were done with the Angel Reese story? Think again, because we're about to uncover the real reason Rose BC can't catch a break. It's not just about Reese's numbers. There's a much bigger issue at play.
You noticed something about this? And somebody pointed it out. The damn announcers pretended Angel Reese didn't just airball 3. Right here. CDS Sports Podcast called him out for it. The announcers simply pretended Angel Reese airball on the 3 didn't happen.
Imagine this. Reese lines up for a 3-pointer. The crowd's holding its breath, and then airball. Pretty embarrassing, right? But here's the kicker. The announcers, they act like it never even happened.
The Rose BC, where did they come up with the names in this league? They're awful. They're terrible. But the one thing we know that women's basketball is not comfortable with, good marketing. They don't get down with Caitlin Clark or good mark.
Can you believe it? They completely ignored it like it wasn't a big deal. You might be thinking, so what if the announcers dropped the ball? But stick with me. This is just the start. The whole unrivaled league seems off when it comes to marketing. I mean, who names a team Rose BC? It sounds more like a health supplement than a basketball squad.
The Clark comes in the WNBA, their cash cow shows up. They avoid her like she's got some kind of disease. Yeah, they think Caitlin Clark is the COVID. And so the whole league just has tried to stay away from her as much as humanly possible when they should be entirely leaning in. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't even know how to name.
Here's where it gets even more interesting. Remember how we wondered what's going on behind the scenes with Rose BC? Well, it turns out the issues start long before the players hit the court. The unrivaled league's weird naming choices are just the tip of the iceberg. The league seems completely clueless when it comes to promoting their star players. It's almost like they're afraid of success. And get this, they're making the same mistakes the WNBA made with Caitlin Clark. Instead of celebrating their biggest stars, they're acting like they.
Could you hit a rim? Could you not airball to the thousands of people that's watching on TV? Not the hundreds of thousands, the thousands watching on TV.
You're probably asking, what does all this have to do with Angel Reese's performance? Everything. When a league can't even handle the basics, how can they expect their players to succeed? And let's talk about attendance. Want to know how many showed up to see Reese's latest airball? Thousands, not millions, thousands. It's like the league just can't handle success.
Y'all's attendance situation, it doesn't look great. It comes across looking terrible on. It's a pretty poor looking product on television from an attendance standpoint. Like what they should have done, pulled an AEW here, put a bunch of seats back here and packed everybody on this one back side so everybody thinks the arena is actually.
All right, here's the kicker. Remember those nearly empty arenas? That's just the beginning. It gets crazier. Angel Reese isn't just putting up numbers for a small crowd. She's doing it in a league that feels like it's actually trying to fail.
And you got people out here, folks, people are big mad. Did you point out the long 3-point she made, or did you just want to cake Clark? I mean, man, that escalated quickly. These Angel Reese fans they turn vicious real fast.
You're probably thinking, wait, why would a league want to fail? And that's the question we need to ask. The unrivaled league isn't just bad at marketing. They seem afraid of their own success. Reese's stats are impressive, but her shooting percentage, oof. It's like watching a kid try to throw popcorn into their mouth from across the room. Sometimes it lands, but most of the time, it's just a mess.
That is exactly what, when she gets all those damn rebounds for the Sky when she keeps getting misses, instead of putting up those layups over and over again, if she's not going to spend the time to actually get good at layups, she needs to pass it back out, right? Now that she's driving, she actually passed the ball out to an open person for a shot. That's good basketball.
Here's the kicker. You know how NBA players like Andrew Drummond can put up big numbers but still lose? Reese is starting to look like the women's basketball version of that. Big stats, no real impact. And the league? They don't seem to care. It's like they're allergic to success, letting their star player get attention for all the wrong reasons without doing anything to fix it. Can you believe that?